What's up, everybody? I'm going to be going over this Aquatic Life RO Buddie. It's the next step in the fish tank setup. It's for clean water. The cleaner your water is in your tank, the less problems you have with phosphates and other contaminants. So I bought this here to make sure that we can filter the water properly, get all that stuff out. This is a portable unit. You can hook it up to an actual garden hose faucet if you'd like, or a regular faucet in the house. It does do about 50 gallons a day, with this tank only being about 32.5 gallons. I feel as though it would be enough for me to set the tank up and then to continue to do water changes. So let's get into it. Alright, so we're just going to take a quick look around the box here, see what all comes with it. What you see here is actually the whole unit. This would be your deionizer, charcoal canister, main filter. It does, as you can see, 50 gallons per day. It does come with the fittings for the faucet, tubing, and adapter. You can hook it up right straight in too if you'd like, if you prefer, but it's not something you have to do. I did get this off of chewy.com, if anybody's wondering. Right around the $60 price range. I didn't think it was too bad for what I'm going to be using it for. It does show here basically a diagram. It comes with a wrench, obviously for taking it apart, putting it together, filter changes, that type of thing. You do also have kind of a breakdown. You'll see here there's where everything clips in. There's also brackets, they're not showing this picture, that actually mount to the wall, and you can clip this right to the wall. It makes it really a really handy deal. I mean, because if you look at it, you have your faucet hookup here, your water inlet here. This would be your sediment cartridge. That's the first cartridge. This is where the good water would be coming out. Then you also, the deionizer cartridge. Then you have the mounting brackets for the actual filters. That comes with the flex tubing. And then the RO membrane, which is in the main cylinder right here. And this would be your carbon cartridge. And then these are little quick release clips. Basically, I'll show you them further in the video, but when you put these in, they click. Once they click, you put them in, and it prevents the hose from popping out. It's pretty handy. If you do have, to get a better picture here, it's not really that great a picture, I apologize. This right here, if you do have chloramine in your water and you have a problem with it, you can buy this filter as an add-on that helps get rid of chloramine. I don't have that big of a problem with chloramine in my area, so I'm not going to be worrying about that. On this here, this is basically just kind of a picture showing the water, going through it. It's just for show. And then it takes us back to here. So next we'll get into the box here and we'll see what's all involved. Okay, I'm just going to start taking it out of the box here. And it comes with the packing, of course. Put this down. Here's the tubing. It comes with plenty of tubing. I won't even use this all. When I hook it up, you'll see how I'm going to hook it up. I'm actually going to be cutting that. This would be if you need to order extra cartridges, that type of thing. It'd tell you where to order them from. Obviously some paperwork. Here's the wrench that comes with it for the and you'd have here your deionizer filter. Basically, this is bad when these start changing color, otherwise you're in good shape. This one here, this would be your fitting for the actual garden hose. This would be some of your mounting brackets. Here's what the unit looks like basically out of the box. A few things to put together on it, a couple cartridges to put in, some hoses to hook up. Otherwise it's fairly assembled when you get it. This is the main membrane for the RO unit itself. This would be the other bracket for the wall. Alright, we'll get to where, let me get this set up here where we can put the pieces together. Alright, so it comes with these two brackets here. They're actually on it when you get it. They basically, you can pull them off. Simply, what they do is when you have them off, you can take and mount it to the wall, wherever you're going to put it. And then you can, when you clip it back on, you know, when you have it clipped back on the wall, then that'll have it hanging wherever you'd like it on the wall. Whatever height, wherever you want it to be. But otherwise, that it comes with, you know, just one screw for each bracket. These right here. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you how these little clips work. Basically, they just pop on. As you can see, they just pop right over this little right here, just like that. That's when they're on, when they're off. Now, when you want to take this tube out, you want to take and you want to push this back in. And then you can pull the tube out. Once it's pushed in, the tube comes out. The reason you want to take that tube out and you want is so that you can take this off for the main filter. It comes with this wrench. Just hold on to the tube here. It's actually tighter than Alright, so once you get it loose, just simply take it off like it, and there you have it. That's basically the inside of the tube and the cap. Now here's your main filter, this one right here. This one does come with a preservative on it to keep it sterile, and so you do have to run the water through this for about 30 minutes before you start using the water, because the water won't be clean until that is complete. But it goes in like that, and then you want to make sure that when you have it in there, I'm trying to get so you can see this, so it's all the way down flush, so it's flush right across the top. You don't want it sticking out. If it's sticking out, you don't have it pushed in far enough. Those O-rings make it so it seals down there. Then you simply would take this, put the cover back on, I don't think you want to go too tight, but you want to make it obviously tight enough. Give it a good turn. And then you would just take, now here's where this part comes into play. This turns a little bit here, so it's all right that way. And when you put this tube in, you got to put it in, and then you watch, see this right here when I push, see how it pops out? There's a gap there. You can hear it click when you're here, but it pushes out, and then the hose is in tight. To keep it so that's that way, you put this little safety clip in. Basically, you just slide that back in, and then you know that's in. And now this does have, there are caps on here, or plugs. There's one there. There is one here. And then there's also one here. Okay, so I'm going to be hooking this up here and letting it run for about 30 minutes before we go much further. That way we can get the rest of it put together. Okay, before I can hook the water up, I do have to do a couple things here yet. It does come with this razor blade. It's important with the razor blade here, when you determine the length that you need for this is where we're going to hook for the faucet, for the water supply, that you figure out how much you need, and then don't pinch this like with a scissors type thing. You want to use an actual sawing motion as to cut it straight so that you don't crimp it, because if you crimp it, it don't seal in here right, and then it will leak water. But this is the same way. You take this little blue clip off, just simply put the hose in here, you push it, and then you can see that gap's there again. Then you put the clip back in. And then now this will be, if you can see, it even says right here, supply. It's the same way. This will have one of them blue clips. Then you would put your, there you go. See, then it's, now you know you're sealed for the water. You want to put this blue clip back in here. All right, and then we're all set for that part of it. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to mount this and how I'm going to hook up the hoses. I have everything kind of pre-cut and the holes pre-drilled just so it make it easier for the video. But this is basically how it's done once you decide that you're going to install it. It comes with these particular clips, 2 of them. You just mount them to the wall. Real simple, 1 screw. Same thing with the other one, 1 screw. Take note, there is a hole here that we're going to be using for feeding a piece of plastic through. Okay, so basically they're just, that's all there's to it right there. Then this here will be your water valve. I have a water faucet up here. Let me see if I can get this. So you can see here, basically I'm simply just putting this on here. You can put this on later too. I just figured I'd do it right away. So that's where that's going to go. Then here we have the unit. Basically, all it is you just take it, find the location, push it in. And it's just simply locked into place. Now we need to hook this water line. Well, first we're going to hook this one up. This is actually the wastewater line. It actually says waste right up on top. What I did is I cut a hose the length from that place to where I'm running the waste. Simply, it's the same process as before. You take your little blue clip out, push the tube in until you hear it click, and then when it doesn't come back out, put it in. Actually, I'm going to redo that. Because that's where I was going to use this clip. Because I wanted to have it run through this hole and then down into here. Once again, click. All right, so then we have that hooked up. Now take note, I did put these brackets on. These come loose in the box as well. There's one right here. Basically, that's for putting the RO, the deionizer on it. They just clip onto the body of the filter. So then right here, see if you can see that. Okay, so this is the supply line, and this is where the supply is coming from. Take the blue clip, and then this blue clip. I've already pre-cut the length of this hose. Once again, you push in until you see this pop up and click. Put your blue clip in. Over here, same way. Push in, till it clicks. Same way. Put your blue clip in. And that's your supply line. Just like so. That's where my water is going to be coming in at to the unit. This is where the water is going to be coming out to the waste. Now, normally, what you want to do here, I already did this. But what you want to do here is at this point, turn the water on, let it filter. Well, you'd want to hook up a hose right here. Here. This is your good water line. You'd want to hook up a longer chunk there and then let it run for 30 minutes. Because the filter inside here, the main filter's got a chemical on it for preservative. It takes about 30 minutes to get that cleared off so that the water coming out is safe for you and fish or whatever you're going to use it for. This is primarily going to be used strictly for my fish tank, so that's why I'm mounting it down here out of the way. Everything's going to be kind of portable. If it's in my way, I can just pop it off the wall, set it somewhere. But that's the extent of that. Now I'm going to put on the deionizer. It's simply just a tube. I don't know if you can see all the little beads in there. You know this is bad at the point when them beads all change color. They all change color at once. Otherwise it's good. It's come sealed. So basically we just take the clips off. Like so. Have to push the little, pull the cork out. Same way on the bottom. Pull the little clip off. Push down the little lock. I have to hold it down. Pull the cork out. Now it's opened. Now basically these clips that I put here, this is where that clips to. We're going to clip that in like this. Just like so. Now if you can see, I already got a tube down here. Now this tube, I didn't have pushed in. I just had it sitting there because I wanted to show you. Take the clip off. Push this in till it pops. Put the clip in. Same way with here. You can turn this so that it lines up with the hose. Push that in. Same way till it pops. So you just got the little hose here. Then you take the little blue clip. You always want to remember them clips. Put that in. Now this is the hose that I'm going to use when I run the water to like a 5-gallon bucket or 55-gallon barrel, whatever I decide to put in here. That is right here. That's on the top. Same way. You push that in until it clips. Take your little clip here, put it in there. And that's basically what you have. So now, a quick run over. What you're going to have on this is you're going to have water coming in. Here we are. Okay. So you're going to have water coming in here. It's going to go into the unit here. It goes through the unit here. First filter. Second filter. Into the main membrane, which is the big one in the middle, this one. It goes through the membrane, comes out of the membrane, down here at the bottom. Once it comes out of the membrane, it's basically RO water. But now we're going to deionize it to get it even cleaner for our fish tank, which is going to go through here, and then out here into a barrel. Now this is going to do approximately 50 gallons of water per day. So I will have to run it for a good day or two to get the fish tank set up. It's a 32.5 gallon tank. But then once I have that done, I should be able to just run it for a couple hours every once in a while when I want to do a 5 or 10 gallon water change, and then shut it off. And that's why I have it hooked up to this, and that's why I have it down here out of the way, so that it's not going to be a problem. So once we get this hooked up, I'll give you I'll show you here running into the barrels. Okay, at this angle you can see where I've hooked it up pretty close to the ground. This is a water faucet that used to be hooked up to an old water softener. It was just handy for me to hook it up to. It's kind of down in an area where I can't use the space for anything else, so I figured it would be perfect. Basically, I'm just going to give you a quick demonstration on how it works. So basically, we just turn this valve on right here. Okay, so now it's supplying water into the unit. Now if we go over here, you can see you'll start to see here that there's going to be water coming out of this would be the finished side. This is the good water. Once it makes it through here, then it's considered filtered RO deionized. Let's come back to that one. Well, actually there it goes. You can see it now. It's starting. It's finally starting. That's how slow it goes. That's why it only does 50 gallons a day. Now that's the good water that's coming out of it. So we're going to find, I'm most likely going to get like a 55 gallon garbage can or something like that in here. Maybe put it on a stand and put a bulkhead in the bottom of it so it's easy to get the water out of. If I do, I might even do a little video on that to show you. Otherwise, for right now, this is working, and that's why I'm going to leave it for originally getting the tank set up, because I want to get moving on that. I want to show you quick the waistline. Now the waistline, you can see I got it run across the floor here. That'll only be on there while it's running. Otherwise, I'm going to take it out. But see how much more water is coming out of the waste? So the majority of the water going in has ended up going as waste. This is considered, has all the contaminants. But I'm just going to run that right down there while it's running. Once again, we'll just give you a quick demonstration. I got the hose run over, hooked up down here. Then the good water deionized right here, running directly into this bucket. And as you can see, now that it's been running a little bit, it is a little faster, but there's still not a lot of water. But like I said, it will take a good day or so. So now I'm going to start filtering water. Once I get enough water filtered, we'll move on to the next video. I hope you enjoyed this. Have a good day. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. That way you can see every step going forward that I'm going to do for this tank. It should be a fun one.